Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Happy Wednesday. Oh my God, it is such a beautiful day today. It is so pretty outside. I am so calm and peaceful right now. I was just kind of like laying on the bed. I was like waiting for this video to get uploaded, and I was just laying on the bed and I was like, well, I guess I should probably go vlog before it gets too late. And so I came down here and, oh, you know what? I forgot my reading glasses. I wanted to bring my reading glasses out here. Oh, well. We'll just have to hold the phone out real far if I read anything off my phone. But I was like, do I want coffee? Do I want water? I almost like made a picture of like Crystal Light lemonade. And then I was like, no, I don't want to go to all that trouble. So I actually brought out a Diet Dr. Pepper and a glass of ice. You know, it's almost summer when I'm bringing out the diet soda with the cup of ice. I do not, you know, I got a fountain pop not too long ago. When was it? Oh, when we went to Carlos and Liliana's, I got a fountain pop. But I have not just sat down and had like a can of pop in, with a cup of ice. It's been a while. It's all over me. I feel like stuff is like flying all over me today. So, you ready? The first one of the season. Diet Dr. Pepper. My new fave. I still like Diet Coke from a can. Like if I'm on vacation, because I hardly ever have Diet Dr. Pepper. But in the last year or two, I've kind of switched slowly over to Diet Dr. Pepper. I think I'm going to try some new sodas this summer. I think I'll try some new different kinds of sodas. New diet sodas. Maybe I'll get Diet Pepsi in a can. I don't love, I feel like I've told this story a million times. I don't love Diet Pepsi in a can. I like Diet Coke in a can. I like Diet Pepsi from the fountain at the gas station. Why do I feel like I'm sitting so low on this camera today? Let's move this down a little bit. So, currently the time is 6:11 p.m. and let's look at the temperature. Caroline had on a like very light denim jacket today, and like she stopped the car and she's like, I have to take this coat off. I'm so hot, which is why I could have worn shorts today. Actually, I have shorts on right now. I got home and I changed into shorts, but I wore jeans and I wore Birkenstock sandals and I wore this black t-shirt today, this baggy black t-shirt. Okay, it is currently, oh my gosh, it is 74 degrees outside. It is absolutely beautiful. So, yeah, 74 degrees, and what did I say, 6:11 p.m.? Alex is at dinner with a girlfriend. They went to dinner 5:15 or 5:30, like when he got off work, they were meeting up. And he said he would be home right after that. So, I am planning to, tonight, well, we'll probably watch Beverly Hills tonight, because he wanted to watch Beverly Hills last night, and I wanted to take a walk. So I took a walk last night, because it was so nice outside. I took actually a longer walk than I thought I was going to take, but we'll get to that in just a second. So tonight, he's going to want to watch Beverly Hills. So we'll catch up on Beverly Hills tonight, and then, what else do I have on tonight? I think I caught up on, all these pickup trucks in the neighborhoods are so, they're not even like, well, the one across the street is like a contractor, but these people that live in the neighborhood, their pickup trucks sound so loud. They're not even like construction pickup trucks. They sound like boats. What am I looking at? Oh, my TV list. Okay. Weekly TV. Okay, so last night I watched Matlock from last week. So I'm caught up on Matlock. Last night was such a good example of why I get nervous watching that show, because I feel like every week, you know something's going to happen. So the whole season, the backstory, the 2-second backstory is that it's this woman, and she goes back to work as an attorney, like in her 70s. But she really is there to find out information on if they hid information about her daughter dying from an overdose from this narcotics company. Very kind of like Purdue Pharma kind of thing. And so, every episode is like a court case, but then the background story is, I feel like this looks like this is the top of my hat, the thing back there. But then the background story is that she's trying to constantly find information. She's working with her grandson and her husband on trying to find information that they're hiding. That's been the whole backstory from episode 1. We're now like on, this was episode 13, I think this week is episode 14, it's on tomorrow night. So I think there's only like, somebody said there was like 16 or 18 episodes this season. So you know that we're getting down to the wire of it being the end of the season. And I know that it's going to end on a cliffhanger because it's already gotten renewed for another season. So I know, like, on the last episode, she's gonna get caught doing something, or they're gonna call her in there, or something like that. I just know. And so it makes me so nervous to watch every week. What do I have tonight? It doesn't look like I've been... Oh my gosh, how did I even forget this? Amazing Race and Survivor are on tonight. Next to my Survivor, I don't have Wednesday, but I know it's always on Wednesdays. So I will watch that tonight late. I'm, like, not really watching a lot of TV because I'm reading so much right now, which is a good thing, I guess, you know, but I do miss my TV a little bit. Like, last night, again, I got started watching... Oh my god, the tripod fell already. But what I was saying was, yeah, like, last night, again, I got to my TV shows so late. I didn't even take a nap last night. I didn't even take a nap last night. I sat out here and I finished one book, and then I started another audiobook and read inside for like 2 hours, and then finally when I looked at the clock, well, anyway, we'll get to last night in a second. So, hi, how are you? Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Today was Cousin Fun Day, and, you know, the other thing is, I'm not getting a lot of sleep. I have a feeling I'm going to kind of, like, crash and burn one of these days, because last night I went to bed again late, and then Caroline was picking me up. She was late today picking me up, but she had texted me before, and she was like, I'm running like half an hour late. So I just kind of, like, stayed in bed, and, so anyway, so yeah, so she was running late today, and so I only got, like, 6.5, God, did I even get 6.5 hours of sleep? I mean, I finally, like, when I looked at the clock, it was like, I think it was like 6:20 when I looked at the clock, like, to go to bed for the night. And then I remember Alex, like, I fell asleep, and then Alex kissed me goodnight, and then, why am I all over the place today? I don't know what's going on in my head. I think I was too relaxed laying on the bed. I should have just, like, taken a nap. I should have just taken a nap and gone to sleep. Anyway, so when I went to sleep last night, it was like 20 after 6. Yeah, because I was laying there and I looked at the clock and it said like 6:20. And then Alex was like on his phone, and then I fell asleep, and then he kissed me goodbye. And I don't know what time that was. But I got up, I had my alarm set for 11 and 11:10. And then when I got up, Caroline had texted me and said she was running like a half an hour late. She was supposed to be here at noon. And so, well, she said noon at the latest. And so the other day I was like, well, what does that mean? And she goes, noon at the latest. And I said, so I should just be ready by noon? And she goes, at the latest. I was like, I don't know what that means. So I got up at 11. My alarms were set for 11 and 11:10 because I wanted to, like, get up. And I took a shower last night, so I was just going to throw on some clothes. But I wanted to, like, make the bed, you know, get all the stuff ready so that when I came back, I could film videos if I wanted to. And so when I got up at 11, she texted me and she said she was running late and that she was going to be here more like 12:30. So I was just like, I'm going to stay in bed for a little bit longer. So I, like, reset my alarms for like 11:35 and 11:45. And then I got up and brushed my teeth, washed my face, and got dressed, made the bed, came downstairs, talked to my neighbor outside. I've talked to her a couple times today. So, yeah, so then Caroline picked me up. We didn't, neither one of us, have, like, tons of things to do. Like, we really didn't have any. She was like, what do you have to do today? I said, I really don't have anything to do. I said, I just want to get some coffee and go to the post office. And she was like, you don't, there's no place else you need to go? I said, no, I don't really need anything. I was like, do you have any place you want to, she's like, well, is there something? And you know what? I got home and I thought, people have been asking me to do a review of the Swig place. And when Caroline and I are out, we remember, like, at the very end, I'm like, okay, next week we're going to do Swig, and then we forget. But today, we didn't say anything about it because we were trying to remember. Alex had said she wanted to get this Pacer shirt, you know, last week because she's going to this Pacer game. And so she was like, well, I can just borrow one. She was texting Alex because Alex has tons of Pacer shirts. So he texted me and said he had set it out on the bed. Well, we had already left. And so I was like, okay, I said, Caroline, you cannot let me forget when we get back to the house to go inside and get your Pacer shirt for you. And so that was, like, the thing that we were kept on reminding each other of, the Pacer shirt thing. So anyway, so she was like, I don't really have a lot to do either. She's like, I need to go to Costco for a couple things. And she's like, I need to get gas. And she's like, I would like to go to Trader Joe's. And I was like, okay, that's good. She was like, I said, I don't really have anything else other than that. And she was like, there's nowhere else you'd like to go. I said, I'd like to go, like, to Sullivan's, the nursery store. Sullivan's, the nursery, just to stop in there. So she came and got me. We went and got coffee. And then we went to the post office. Didn't have anything at the post office, so that was a real quick stop. The post office was dead too. It's interesting because usually on Wednesdays when we go to the post office, well, now when I go in there, they know me so well that when they see me come in the door, like if there's a line, whoever's kind of like just like wandering around will go back and get my packages, and then they'll scan them, and then they'll just bring them to me usually. Or they'll call me up there and just say, come over here to the side. They're really, really super nice, the post office. I mean, I know all their names, and they know me and stuff like that. And they're like, Peter, come up here. So, but there's usually a line on Wednesdays when I go there. Today, it was completely empty. There was like one car in the parking lot. And I went in there, and of course, the day that it's completely empty and there's no one there, I didn't have anything. Not a letter, not a package, nothing today. So that was quick. So we ran in there, and we went out, and then Caroline, we went to Costco, and she got gas. And then we went inside, and she got a couple things, and then I got a couple things. What did I get at Costco? Oh, I got the doormat that I'm going to use out here, even though I don't think it's supposed to be out here. And I got lotion for Alex. And I showed that. And so I did a haul today on my Peter Does Stuff channel of everything that I got. And then after that, why do I feel like we stopped somewhere before there and Trader Joe's? She was like, there isn't any place else that you have to go, because she's like, we're going to be home really quick. And I said, Caroline, I just love like being out and just, you know, being with you and stuff like that. And so she's like, well, I'll just take the long way. So we took the long way. Costco to Trader Joe's is literally a 5-minute drive. So she took the long way around. And then we went to Trader Joe's. Trader Joe's is a hard place to go on a weight loss journey. I'm just going to say that right now. I mean, they have so many, the planes are overhead. I mean, I feel like whenever I sit out here anymore, maybe it's because it's so late, I don't hear that many planes. But I kind of forgot that when I'm vlogging, the planes come overhead. Trader Joe's has so many fun foods. I got some salad packets from there, and I didn't even know they had it. I was like, I looked over at the, well, when we walked in, and I was telling Caroline about Farrah, the fawn, Fernalicious, the fawn. I was telling, oh, fawn would be a good name for a fern. So when we were walking up, I was like, when she parked, I was like, I wonder if they have ferns out yet, because I want to get a new fern. I want to get a brother for Fernalicious and Farrah, and I want to name him Fernando, because somebody recommended that last year. They didn't have any ferns out. They didn't have anything out really in front. So we walked, I was like, maybe they have them inside. Okay, so I am not a believer that the Trader Joe's flowers are really that pretty. I feel like, I mean, they're pretty. I mean, I think flowers are pretty in general, but I think that compared to other places, like the Costco flowers are amazing. Compared to other places, and the Costco flowers are really not that expensive either. Trader Joe's flowers, that's like maybe one of the only things there that's expensive. Trader Joe's is pretty cheap. And so we walked in, and they had this whole table set up of tulips. My mother loved tulips. White tulips, yellow tulips. She loved tulips. This whole table set up of all these yellow tulips. So Caroline was looking at them, and when you walk in, right to the right is where they have like all the flowers. And then after that is like they don't have a deli there or anything like that. After that is where they have like all the vegetables and like all the salad stuff and whatever. And so Caroline and I were looking at these tulips. I almost got some too, just because I was thinking of my mom. I kind of, in retrospect, wish I had. I don't know. I looked at the flowers, and the flowers were very pretty today. They were really pretty. Expensive. I mean, you don't get a lot of flowers at Trader Joe's for, you know, what you would pay at Costco and stuff like that. But they were very, very pretty. And they were all like spring mixes and things like that. And the tulips were gorgeous. So I almost got some. Caroline almost got some. She's like, I really want to get these tulips, but I was like, Caroline, you should get them. She didn't get them. And so then I went over, she like was pushing a cart, and so she was looking at stuff. She was on a mission. She has this list that she keeps in her phone of everything she's got to get from every store. So I went over and I was looking at the salad stuff, because I was like, well, maybe I'll get like a bag of like, you know, cut up iceberg lettuce, and then some like, you know, low fat, low cal dressing to, you know, like vinaigrette to put on it or something like that. And so I went over there to look at like the bags of lettuce they had, and they had all these mixed salads over there. Like, I ended up getting 3, because I didn't want them to go bad before I ate them. So, I got 3 of them, and I showed them on Peter Does Stuff channel. I might do one of them as a review, because in the past when I've done like the salad mixes, people seem to like them. So I might do one of them as a review. We'll see. I actually ended up talking to this woman. She was standing there, Everybody was so friendly that we ran into today. That was one of the, I mean, it's always nice when you run into friendly people, but people were like extraordinarily friendly. Caroline and I are very talkative when we are out to people, and we're always kind of like, you know, we kind of play off each other a little bit. So if there's music playing, we're always kind of like dancing. It's cheesy, but Tanya and I are the same way. So I was like looking at these salad packages, and this woman came up. She's probably about my age, and she was like looking at them too, and she's kind of like she knew them. And I said, "Have you had these salad packages before?" Because some of those salad like those mixes are like that have dressing and stuff in them. They're not good. And she said something about she used one of them before. It was one of them that I got. And she said, I'm not actually using it for a salad. I'm using it, I think she said like she was going to put barbecue sauce on cheeseburgers or something like that. And she said, and then I used the lettuce as kind of like a slaw in the cheeseburger. But then you mix the dressing. The dressing is really good if you mix it with barbecue sauce and you put it like on. I said, oh, that's really interesting. I never thought of that. And I said something to her about being a vegetarian. She goes, well, I think that all the mixes are like, you add protein to it. She's like, I think that they're all like, you know, vegetarian and vegan and things like that. And they are. But there were probably like 8 different kinds of mixes of kits. And I got 3 of them. Really cool ones. They're not like, I don't think like any one bag with the dressing and they're mostly vegetables. I don't think like one of them has like tortilla chips in them. One of them has like croutons. But even with all that in it and the dressing, the salad was, I think each salad was like 400 or 500 calories. They really weren't that bad. It was like 150 for a serving, and it was like 3.5 servings, so whatever that is, 500, 600 calories. It wasn't bad at all. So I got 3 of those, and then when I was walking away, I was thinking about getting a cucumber, and I totally forgot to get a cucumber because I wanted to get a cucumber and slice it up with like vinegar to have as like, you know, because I talk about how my mom used to keep that in the fridge as like a snack. I'm struggling right now late at night with, I mean, there's nothing here to graze on, but I'm struggling late at night with, like, getting really hungry at, like, 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And so I'm like, well, maybe if I had, like, some veggies around or something like that, you know? So I was, like, looking for the cucumbers, and I got completely distracted because I saw this dressing, and they had vegan Caesar dressing, and they had vegan dill dressing. And so I got those. And then I went and found Caroline, and she said she's like, they don't have shaving cream again. She like swears by the Trader Joe's shaving cream. And she's like, they don't have shaving cream again. Last time we were there, they didn't have shaving cream. I was like, oh. And so I went down to see if I could see the shaving cream, and maybe she missed it. And I was like looking at the candles, and they didn't have any candles. The woman at the counter, like the checkout area, she said they had 1 candle out. I can't remember what she said. What did she say it was? Because it was some kind of like bizarre. I thought, oh, that's kind of, both Caroline and I were kind of like, oh, that's kind of a weird scent. And then she was like, no, it actually, she's like, I know it kind of smelled, oh, tomato. It was tomato something. And Caroline and I are both like, for a candle? And she's like, I know it sounds weird. She's like, but it's actually really nice. But I didn't see any candles in that section. Not any. She said it was like green and it had like a wood wick or something like that. But I didn't see any candles like that over there. I didn't see any candles at all. And so then I got these crackers. So my favorite crackers from Trader Joe's, I feel like I just am repeating my Peter Does Stuff video, are, you guys know like those, what are those crackers called? Where it's like a cracker, there's cheese in the middle, and then a cracker on the bottom. What are those? You know what I'm talking about? Well, I can't think of what they're called. But anyway, they have those there, but they have like different kinds. They have like cheese, like they have peanut butter ones too, you know what I'm talking about? But these are like mini ones. They're like real small. And so they have them there, but they're called like everything bagel. And so in the middle is like cream cheese, and on the outside is like an everything bagel. They're so good. But I was like, if I have those, I will literally eat the entire box in one setting. I can't get those. So they also have these everything bagel, everything, I guess it's everything but the bagel or something like that. It's like all the stuff that goes on everything bagel. I call them everything bagel, but I guess they're called everything but the bagel. Crackers. And so I was like, the crackers are like half the calorie intake and stuff, and you also can eat like 14 of the crackers. And so I was like, you know, with a salad, this might give me a little bit, I'm thinking like, you know, I need something of a little substance or whatever. So I got the box of crackers, and then when Caroline was standing there looking at something, oh, I was showing her this, she loves mac and cheese, and she loves French onion soup, and they had a French onion mac and cheese. And Caroline like looked at it, and she like scanned it with her like Weight Watchers thing. And she's like, that's like 11 points or something. I was like, okay, but you don't do Weight Watchers every day. I was like, you would love this. She's like, it looks so good. It was like some microwavable meal. So anyway, when I was standing there, they had these like things that looked like Takis. I didn't even realize they looked like Takis until I got them home. And I misread the nutritional thing. Because when I read the nutritional thing in the back, I was like, oh, these are pretty like healthy. And then I got them home and I was doing my video. I was like, they're not really that healthy. So anyway, we left Trader Joe's. Caroline's looking for bathing suits and stuff like that. Ran around to some other places, Sullivan's, and then she brought me home. And I didn't get home too late. I was home by like, I think it was home by like 2:30 or something like that. And so Caroline helped me bring my stuff in. I got her the Pacer shirt. And then I had my bag sitting out here because I wanted to do a haul. And I was like, I'll do it outside. It's so nice today and whatever. Well, the sun, I mean, it was still early enough. The sun was coming straight over the path. I mean, I was literally shitting. Who was texting me? Did I just say that? I did not mean to say that. I was sitting. That reminds me of my dad used to like... My dad used to say that thing where it's, I slit a sheet I slit, and on the slitted sheet I sit, and you're supposed to say it 5 times really, really fast. So you say, I slit a sheet. I know there are some of you out there that are doing it right now. I slit a sheet I slit, and on the slitted sheet I sit. But you're supposed to say it really fast, but if you say it really fast, you say the SH word, you know? I slit a sheet I slit, and on the slitted sheet I sit. I did it! Can you believe it? Oh my god. So anyway, so I had all this stuff sitting out here, but like I was in the shadows. And so, only the shadow knows. And so I was like, okay, well I'm gonna take this inside, I'm gonna film this video. And, I don't even remember where we were, but Caroline was like, they just had like random stuff. I think it was at Sullivan's. They just had this random stuff that was like out, like snacks and stuff. And they had this mushroom jerky. And they had like 4 different kinds of like each brand. And Caroline was like, why don't you try this mushroom jerky? And I was like, for what? And she was like, for a review. I was like, oh, that's actually not a bad idea. And so I was like, okay. And she was like, well, get 4. I was like, I'm not getting all the flavors. I said, I'm just, because they were like $6 each. $6.99, I think. And everything at Sullivan's is expensive. And so I was like, I'm just going to get, I mean, all their stuff is expensive. Their entire screened-in porch, all their furniture is all from Sullivan's. It's beautiful the way they have it set up now. But when she told me, I was like, she was like, yeah, they have really great sales, but their furniture is like unbelievable there. I mean, they have like the sodas and stuff there that I've reviewed before. Oh my god, those sodas. I forgot all about those when we were there today. But anyway, I was like, I'm just going to do like original and original. I'm not going to buy all these because that's like $40 for each. I'm not doing it. If I like them, I'll try it. And I didn't like them. So thank God I didn't buy all this. They were gross. They were disgusting. But anyway, so I came back and I took the bags upstairs and I did the what do you call it? The haul. I went like in my head thinking about this doormat. So, because I had the doormat up, I was carrying it upstairs too. I was like, where did I put the doormat? I put it in the garage on top of my box for the table that I still haven't built yet. That's coming. But now I kind of like this table so much. But I think I'll put a fern on this table out here is what I'll do. I'll move it over there and then I'll put the new table out here. So anyway, I actually have this table down in the basement that I forgot about. And I was thinking about, it's like this mosaic table on top. I'm either going to use it on the back patio or use it out here. So if I make the table, I might put the table out that I make out back. It depends on which one I like better. Because this mosaic table is really nice. And I think it would look cute out here. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So, so when we were at Costco today, I could not believe it. So Caroline went to the bathroom, and then I was like pushing the cart through. I said, I'm gonna go look at the books. I don't know what Costco, if they're getting rid of their book section or what they're doing. They have like literally no books. They have like kids books, and that was it. So I came back because I was trying to like meet Caroline, and I saw that they had those doormats. Remember I was talking last week about the doormats, and they had like the strawberries and the flowers and stuff on them? They're so cute. So I was standing there, and there was this woman standing there too, and she was looking through them. They have like 4 different like scenes or prints on them, and so I was looking at them, and the sign up there said, they have 2 of them. They have 2 different things. They had like this just basic mat that I did not like that was like brown, and it said like, it was like $9.99. It said doormat, and then they had these, and it said accent rug. So when I picked it up, I was like, this is not an outdoor rug. Like, it could be, but it's not an outdoor rug. Like, first of all, the only person that really ever comes in or out of the front door is me. I mean, when Boo was alive, Alex would, like, take him out and stuff like that. But Alex goes in and out through the garage, so he never really comes out here. And so I was like, So I was like looking at it, I was like, what does it really matter? I just want it for looks anyway, right? We have had this doormat that says Ola on it for like, I don't know, like 3 or 4 years now. I mean, I like it, but that was actually expensive because it's really thick. It's like that thick. So this woman was standing there and she was looking through them too. And I said, these are so cute, aren't they? I mean, every one of the prints was so cute and so like unique. And I said, these are really cute, aren't they? And she's like, yeah, I love them. And I said, do you think that this could be a doormat like outside? And she goes, I was kind of thinking the same thing. She goes, but I really think they're more of like an accent rug for like, I mean, it said accent rug on them, but she said accent rug for like a kitchen. I said it would look cute in a kitchen, but we don't have any rugs in our kitchen because we have slate floors. And so, but like Caroline, it would look cute in her kitchen because Caroline's got like all the white cabinetry and stuff like that and wood floors. It would look really cute in Caroline's kitchen. And I was like, yeah. And so she was like, yeah, I think I'm going to get one for my kitchen, she said, or something like that. Then Caroline came up and I said to Caroline is so funny with this stuff. I said, I really want to, I love that I can hear the birds, you guys. I was actually talking to my neighbor about the comfort of crows today, so I gotta tell you guys about that too. So, Caroline came up, and I was like, she's like, I thought you were gonna get it last week. And I said, don't you remember I talked about it in the car on the way home that I wish I would've got it and it'll be gone this week? She's like, oh yeah, that's right. She goes, why are you gonna get it? And I go, I don't know. She goes, it's $14.99. And I go, I know. And I said, I'm afraid that if I don't get it, they'll be gone. She goes, then get it. And I said, but do you think it could really be used as a doormat? And she goes, it's not a doormat. Or something like, I can't remember what she said. She goes, it's an accent rug. I literally felt like I was having a conversation with my mom or my Aunt Kathy. Like my mom was like so very specific about these things. And I said, I understand that, but do you think that it could be used as a doormat? She goes, who cares? I don't remember how this conversation went, but this is, oh my God, there's this, that squirrel is like over in the pool crew lady number 2's tree again, and they will not eat my food. Oh, some of the food is gone. The food was not gone earlier when I was out there. I am so over, you need to come over here and eat, please. I see you sitting up in that tree. He's just sitting there like this in this tree, facing there. It's like, the tree, I should take my camera over there and show you. The tree has got this, like, I will one of these days. The tree has got this bump in it, okay? This guy just keeps on running back and forth in my house. And he's got, like, shorts, a t-shirt, and then he's got, like, big sunglasses on, and then, like, a ski hat. He's, like, running, like, laps. But he just keeps on going back and forth. This is, like, his 4th time he's done it. I don't know if this is like the perfect home for him. I think he's got his wife over there too or something, or husband. And, but it's like, I should take the camera over there and show you guys because it's just like this bump that comes out. And like it used to be like a branch, but they cut the branch off and now and he's just sitting there. And I guess that's where he sits. Come over here, please. I have dinner for you or supper, whatever you call it. So anyway, I'm so excited about the birds and the squirrels and stuff like that. So I said to Caroline, I said something, she was like, who cares? And I go, what do you mean who cares? And I said, if it gets soaking wet, then she goes, okay, then throw it out. And I go, what do you mean? And she goes, I don't even remember how this conversation went. But she was like, just throw it out. She was like, it's $14.99. She's like, if it gets soaking wet and it gets ruined, just throw it out, get a doormat. And I was like, I know, but I would really like it. And she's like, you want it? She was like, just get it. It's $14.99. She goes, you're going to pay a lot more for that if you get a doormat online. She goes, you always order them online and they're like $40 to $60, which is true. And so, I like that one, but I don't like it that well. And so she was like, I'm so weird about this doormat stuff. Who even cares about a doormat, right? Like, I mean, anyway. So I was like, she's right. So I ended up getting this doormat. So what else? So I brought the doormat and stuff upstairs and I did the haul video. And then I turned around right after I did the haul video and I did the review of this mushroom jerky. Well, then after that, I came downstairs and upload the memory card, and then I was upload the memory card to the computer, and then I was uploading the videos. And as I was like uploading the videos, I came out here to see if the mail was here. And so when I was getting my mail, my neighbor across the street was out there and she was doing some gardening. She's getting her garden ready for this year. And so I went over there and I talked to her and I was like, how was your winter? I mean, we've talked a little bit, but like, I mean, 3 or 4 minutes, like, you know, as we're out here getting the mail and stuff like that. And so I haven't really seen her a whole lot to talk to her. And I was like, I missed you. She's like, I missed you too. She's like, I missed our daily talks and stuff like that. And she was asking how we're doing without Boo Radley and whatever. She's so sweet. And so I said, it's so weird. I said, like, you're out, and she's been out a little bit, but like I haven't really seen, I mean, he comes out to get his mail, but other than that, I haven't really seen a lot. My neighbors next door, I haven't seen them really at all. I mean, other than like when he walks his dog. She goes, well, it's just now getting warm. I go, I know, but I want everybody out now. I want the neighborhood to be alive. And so we were talking, and I was telling her, I said, I know everything about pollinators now. Because, you know, like if you watch my videos, when she would show me the garden and stuff, she always talked about the pollen. She has like these watering things for pollinators that look like little flowers, but they're glass or plastic. And so I was like, now that I read this book, you know, that I told you about, because I talked to her about it a couple times, but just like in passing. And so I said, I really want to get you this book, but to be honest with you, like, I don't know how interested you would be in it. And she was like, well, she's like, I think I would like to read it. And I said, okay, so this is the thing. Like, it's not just about gardening. I mean, it is. It's a backyard year is what it is. So it's this Margaret Wrinkle's backyard of her house, and the front yard too, but I said it's about gardening. Oh, we got started talking about it because I said, you like a messy garden, and she talks about it in the book. She's like, I do like a messy garden, and she started talking about how it keeps the soil rich, and for the animals, they can, like, you know, sleep in it in the winter and burrow in it and things like that. Everything that Margaret Wrinkle said, she said today. And I said, well, the thing about the book is, it's not just about gardening. It's not just about gardening. It's about, like, animals and squirrels and birds. And I didn't know if you would be interested in that as well. She goes, oh, I would really be interested in that. So I think I'm actually going to, I think I'm going to buy 4 of them. I think I'm going to get one for her. I know she'll love it. And then my neighbor next door, I think she'll love it, but she jokes with me because, have I told you guys this? So, I think it was maybe 2 years ago, she and like her kids were going to, so their kids are like adult kids, like their son just got married last summer and their daughter lives here and has 3 kids, 3 sons. So they have 3 grandbabies. It's why they moved here. And so they do these a lot of family trips in the summer, and they went to Mackinac Island, which is in Michigan, Grand Hotel and all that kind of stuff. I feel like I have told this story before. So I told her, I said, have you ever seen Somewhere in Time? And she was like, she's really funny. She used to be a school administrator. She's hilarious. And so I don't know why that sentence makes sense to me, but it does. But anyway, oh my God, there's a squirrel. Is he coming over here? He is running through the yard. Where is he going? I think I need to start naming the squirrels. I am going to do a lot of live footage of the squirrels this summer, so just be prepared. Not over here, but probably on my Peter Does Stuff channel. So, people have talked about, like, if you feed the squirrels, they'll come closer and closer to you and stuff like that. I don't know that I want to, like, hold a squirrel and things like that, like, from nature. I don't know, like, that kind of freaks me out. I mean, maybe I would, but does anybody know? Don't they have rabies and stuff like that? Like, squirrels, aren't they, like, carry? I mean, I don't know. So I think I need to find out about that first before I do it. But if I fed a little squirrel and it came up and near me every day and I got to say hi to it, I would love that. I would love that all day long. So anyway, I told her, I said, you need to watch Somewhere in Time. She's like, well, what's that? And I said, oh my God, it's this movie about time travel with Christopher Reeve and Jane Seymour. And it all takes place at the Grand Hotel on Mackinac Island. So she watched it. She, to this day, oh my God, she, like, it feels like every other conversation I have with her, she's got to get in that Somewhere in Time, how bad it was. I said, I love that movie. She's like, it is so bad. She was like, I could hardly make it through that movie. So anyway, I think I'm going to buy, and then my pool crew lady on the corner, I think I'm going to buy the 4 of them, the Comfort of Crows, and the journal. I think I'm going to do that as, like, just kind of like a beginning of summer present for all of them this summer. Maybe I'll do it for all 4 of them. And my pool, well, I don't know if she likes to read, pool crew lady number 2. My pool crew lady on the corner. It's interesting, like, who I know, like your perception, probably watching, is that you guys think I know the griller and the gardener the best. I probably interact with them the most while I'm sitting on vlog. But the people that I know the most is, I know her really well. She and Alex used to actually work together years ago. And, I mean, I've known her, like, she's lived in here now. God, it's probably coming on. She was out of college. She went to DePaul. She graduated when she was like 22. She's 31 now. She probably lived there about 8 or 9 years. I think she was like 23 or 24. I think she was 24 when she moved in here. I know them really, really well. Like, I mean, well, all of these people we text with and stuff like that about stuff that's going on in the neighborhood or whatever. If we have packages while we're on vacation, stuff like that. We all do that with each other. Where am I at on time? I can't see because I don't have my reading glasses on. It looks like I'm at like 20 minutes, but I might be at 29 minutes. Anyway, I know them really well, and like, I would say, like, we have the funniest, well, I mean, she's like we go to the pool and stuff like that. We haven't talked a whole lot during the winter. She kind of like stays inside and doesn't, you know, I mean, in the back patio when we take the dogs out and stuff like that, but I don't really talk to her. We would text and stuff like that. My neighbor on the corner, my pool crew lady, the camera stopped. I was gonna say the battery stopped. The camera stopped. The pool crew lady on the corner, she is probably the one that I'm the closest with. That we have the most in common, that I, you know, talk to her. She'll come over here, you know, and we'll like, you know, do coffee and we'll like talk for like an hour about books and movies and stuff like that. And her best friend I know really, really well too, that goes a lot to the pool. And she's probably the one that I keep in contact with the most. Aww. How are you? Hey. She's having fun, isn't she?
A whole lot. Now I'm doing all the work.
I see that. Is it a bike or is it like is it, you push her?
All in one.
All in one?
Yep.
Is it like how to learn how to bike kind of thing?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. I love that.
More of getting pushed along.
You know what? You can come by and pick me up afterwards. Have fun. She's pointing to the squirrel in the yard. His mom lives in this neighborhood, and that's her granddaughter and her son. And so he's pushing her on this thing. I'm sure you guys who have kids have seen this. He's pushing her on this thing, and it's like a little bike, but it's kind of like a big wheel. It's more of a big wheel than it is a bike. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Big wheels back in the day? Do they still have those? It has like, the wheels are like this big on it. It has like one in the front, like a tricycle, and two in the back, and she's sitting real low on it. But then it has like this thing that you push it, like he's like a stroller, like with a stick. Not a stroller, but you know, like it's got like a handle and he's pushing it. So she's doing the work, but he's just like pushing it along. It's hilarious. Maybe I'll make like, you know what? Maybe I'll do. Maybe for the summer, the start of summer, this would be a nice neighborly thing to do, wouldn't it? I would have so much fun doing it. Maybe I'll get like 4 baskets that are different for each of them, and then I'll get some flowers at Trader Joe's, you know, or maybe like a local little florist shop here. I'll get like 4 little bunches of flowers that like each of them remind me of their personalities, and then I'll give them each the book and the book and the, what do you call it, and the workbook with it. I think I'm gonna do that for the summer. And then for her, I'm gonna give her Alien Barbarians, because we're reading. Somebody asked me in my video the other day, said, do you ever read like romantic smut? Well, this summer we're starting it. This summer's gonna be the summer of romantic smut, because she and I are gonna read the romantic smut this summer. We've talked about it. I love this neighborhood so much. I love this neighborhood so much. So maybe I'll do that this summer. So anyway, I was talking to her because I was like talking about the book and stuff like that, and then one of like the guy that I call my favorite neighbor, I mean, I just say that, but anyway, he came along, and then I was like, where's your wife? And he was like, oh, she's picking up her grandson. He's like, on Wednesdays and Thursdays she picks up her grandson. And so he was walking, and I so bad wanted to ask him about the pickleball courts, but her husband walked out, and that would have been like a very touchy subject to ask about the pickleball courts. So I didn't ask about the pickleball courts. Is that my neighbor next door honking? Or is there somebody walking on the street that I can't see? So anyway, was that my neighbor? Oh, that was my neighbor next door. She got a new car. So I think she bought her mom's car from her. And so she now has like an SUV, and before she had like a little small compact car. So yeah, that's been my day. It's been a really, really wonderful day. Actually, when I got back, I wasn't even really sure until I was bringing this stuff up here if I was going to film a whole lot. I was so relaxed. It was such a good day today. I have just recently, I have felt so calm and so relaxed and so peaceful. I've just felt good lately. And I'm grateful for that. I did, you know, as I say that, I'm now reminded, when I woke up today, I did have a little bit more than usual of the anxiety, because Caroline and I were talking about this in the car, of the anxiety. And I was telling Caroline, like I've told her before, but I was like, it's like, I feel like my hand is shaking like this. it still feels the same, but my hand's not shaking at all. And it's like, but I said, you know, a couple months ago, like on New Year's Eve, it lasted me like almost 3 hours. Now it lasts, I mean, maybe 20 minutes today, and today was like not a great day. Like, I mean, to the point where I forgot about it, you know, until right now, talking about it. Caroline and I talked about it a little bit in the car. And I was telling her that I go to the doctor on Friday. So I have a doctor's appointment on Friday. And I'm just gonna follow up and see what he says. You know. She's like, are you opposed to being on medicine for it? I said, I'm not opposed to being on medicine for it, but, you know, I'll either go in there and he'll be like, yeah, this is lasting longer than I thought it was. My therapist is not super surprised by how long it's gone on. He was like, situational anxiety can last 6 months to a year. He was like, you know, I'm not necessarily, he's not, and the thing is, he's not necessarily like against me being on medication either. He's like, you know, I think that that's not a decision that you know, you and me and your doctor can all talk about. He's like, I'm not against it. He was like, but I also think that has a lot to do with like things like, you know, the calmness and the peace, like in the moment. I think that's really helped me. I think it's also, I've really forced myself to really look at the grief issues with the dogs and other stuff going on, that I've really like kind of forced myself to move through the pain in a way that I don't know that I necessarily would have. And I also think, I know this is going to sound strange, but I think like with Boo Radley passing at the end of October, and then the anxiety coming out, and then me starting to work through some really difficult pain, I think that by the time the anniversary of the accident came up, that I think that one of the reasons why I didn't respond to it this year the same way as I have the past 2 years, is because I felt different. Like I had worked through, by that point, you know, at that point it was, you know, almost 3 months later, and so I worked through so much of the pain that I think that in that I worked through a lot of unresolved feelings that I had with the accident as well, that were kind of lingering, that I don't know that I really knew how to deal with that part of the grief until Boo passed away. And then when Boo passed away, it was kind of right there and I couldn't ignore it. So sadly, I mean, I guess that is something good that came from Boo's passing. It makes me sad, but I think like that it, you know, it took that. But I think that almost kind of like pushed me to the point where I was like, you have to deal with this stuff. You have to, you know? And then after that, I don't know, I've had this like very much just peace and calm in me. And, do you hear the birds? I love hearing the birds. Yeah, I just have felt great. So last night I got done with the vlog. Woo-hoo. Last night I got done with the vlog. I'm like trying to think. I walked, but I walked late. So, okay, I was reading that book, The Deep, by Nick Cutter, and yesterday when I was vlogging, I was like, I had like 2 hours left of it. And I was like, you're going to either DNF this book and start something else, or you're just going to finish it. So I was like, just take a walk and just get as much of it as you can get done. So, Alex was upstairs, and I was getting the vlog done. The vlog actually uploaded really quick last night, because I was like, what do I do? Like, I can't take my phone with me. Well, I mean, if I'm uploading it on my phone, if I upload on the computer, it's going to take, like, I think last night's vlog was long, too. So I was like, it's going to take, like, 3.5 hours, which means at that point, it would have been, like, 11 or 12 by the time that it got up and stuff like that. So, hey, how are you?
Good, how are you doing?
It's so pretty today, isn't it? Love it. So I was like, what do I do? Well, so I went upstairs and I was talking to Alex and just hanging out with him. He was watching Suits, and so I paused Suits and we were talking, and he was like, what are you gonna do? And I was like, I want to take a walk. Like, I haven't taken like a long walk in a while. I've taken walks, but not long walks. And so I was like, I really miss my walking. I want to get back into it. I want to listen to my audiobooks and stuff like that. And he was like, okay. I was like, what are you gonna do? And he was like, well, do you want to watch Beverly Hills? And I said, I would, but I want to take a walk and then I want to come back and take a shower. And he's like, okay, well, let's just watch. We can watch it another night. I was like, okay. So when I put my clothes on and stuff like that, and I wore shorts and a hoodie last night, and then I wore my own cloud shoes that I bought. They weren't super comfortable. I don't know if you like, I've worn them a couple times. I don't know how many times you have to break them in. I was like who was I telling? I think I was telling Tanya. They kind of remind me of the Hokas a little bit, but they're tight. They're tighter than that. In that, like, everybody swears by Hoka. I'm not sold on the Hokas. The On Clouds felt so comfortable to me at the store when I got them. But, like, when I was walking in them last night, and like I said, I've walked on them a couple times. I don't know. They just like, I don't know. Maybe they take some time to wear in. I'm gonna keep on, wearing them, obviously. But so when I came down, my vlog was done. I couldn't believe it. So I don't remember if I posted it then. I don't think I did. I think I may have waited till I got home. I think it was in processing or something. So it was like my phone part of it was done. Because like at that point, then it just goes to the computer, and then the computer does the rest. It's like sitting there. YouTube does the rest of it. So I was like, oh, that's what I did. I uploaded it when I got back. So Alex, so then I went upstairs and I said, I'm gonna go on my walk. And he said, okay. So I left. I took a completely different route last night than I have taken before. It was so weird. I was going in and out and backing up streets and going down. I mean, I just went a completely different way last night. I will say this, and I do need to remember this for next year. Like, I've got to get, like, a whole setup of how I'm going to do the walking inside. I don't like walking outside when it's freezing cold. I just don't. I don't love that walking pad. I mean, I've used it. First of all, it's so loud, Even if the basement is not done by next year, if we haven't started the redo next winter, which we probably won't have, because I think we're looking at maybe next summer, well, it'll either be late this summer, but I don't know. It'll probably be sometime next summer. If we haven't started the redo, then I at least want an area cleaned out in the basement. I mean, it's all cleaned out, but I want an area that I like, this is where my walking pad is. I come down here, I like watch a show, I do some laundry, I listen to an audiobook and whatever. It's weird because the basement is like, it's dimly lit, but it's well lit. I don't know how to explain it. And I don't ever feel scared down in the basement, so I would have no problem. So I've just got to clear an area out, like move some boxes and stuff around. I mean, everything's in boxes, most of it now, except for all my memory stuff. So I just got to move some stuff down and put the walking pad down there so that I can walk in the basement. Because it's very loud. Like, I can't walk on it when Alex is asleep at night. If you have one of these walking pads, you'll know what I'm talking about. They're actually louder than a treadmill. So I also think that, I mean, I'll use this one from time to time, but I may give it to somebody else that wants one, and then I might buy one. I would rather have one that's a little bit, like, wider, because it's very narrow, and, it's hard to, like, I find myself kind of stumbling if I'm, like, just, like, looking ahead, and I'm, like, listening to an audiobook. I kind of stumble over my feet sometimes. So, I don't know, I don't love it. And I don't love walking in the winter at night, so I've got to come up with some other solution. I don't know. Other than, if the basement was finished, I probably would buy, like, a full treadmill and have it down there, or, I don't love riding the bike. I do love, like, the stair, what they used to call it, the stair stepper thing back in the day. I like that, but I would really like to have a treadmill that I could run on, too, if I ever, I mean, listen to me, right? So it was really nice walking for a long time last night. So I walked, and literally, I wasn't even down to the gate yet. So I walked all the way around here, and then down these streets over here, and then I came back, and then I walked down to the pool, and then I walked down through there by the lake, and then I came back, and then I walked down here, and then I walked out of the neighborhood, and then I took a different street than I usually take. It was weird. I did, like, a real weird route last night. I like to kind of, like, it was interesting because I was looking up, like, like, stuff about walking last night. Like, how many steps you should have in a day. And I've looked up these articles a million times. But it was saying, like, that there are, like, apps to make it, like, more fun. Like, gaming apps that are, like, for walking. Like, I don't know what that means. But if anybody knows, let me know. Like, they're apps that are designed to where you make, like, your walking like a game. I don't know that I necessarily need that. But I was looking on there, like, how many steps you're supposed to have in a day and stuff like that. And so this one article that I was reading had, like, all these, like, tips on there, like, how to, it actually discourages walking with somebody else if you want to walk fast, because if you walk by yourself, you're more apt to walk faster, which I think is interesting. So it said in there, like, one of the things it said was take different routes to, like, that you walk to, like, make it more exciting for you each time. And I always do that. Like, I don't think that I've ever, like, 2 nights in a row, like, walked the same route. But I didn't even get down to the gate, and I always take my reading glasses with me, and so I have my AirPods in, and so the way that I have my phone set up is, like, if I get a text message, it reads the text message through my AirPods for me. So it says, it's like, Alex texted, I'm really hungry. I'm going to order something. Are you hungry too? Do you want anything? I was like, no thanks. Because I'm like, I'm walking. I'm trying to do so good, And he's like, okay, babe. And he was just being sweet because he wanted to ask, So then I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna get as much done in this book as I possibly can. So I walked for an hour and 22 minutes last night. I was very proud of myself. I thought I would walk for probably like 30 minutes. So I walked for an hour and 22 minutes last night. And then I came back. When I came back, Alex had already gotten his food and he had already eaten and stuff like that. And so he was watching Suits. And he was like, do you need me to go upstairs? I said, no. I said, I'm going to sit outside and listen to my audiobook for a little bit because you were in here watching Suits. And I'm gonna have to drink some water, and I said, and I think I posted my vlog, and then that's when I came out here. It was really nice last night. And so I just sat out here and I was like, looked at the street and drank my water, and I listened to the last 38 minutes that I had or whatever of The Deep by Nick Cutter. It was horrible. The book was horrible, and I'm so confused about this to this day. I literally got done with it, and I'm like, I don't even know that I understand what I just listened to or what I read. Are any of his other books good? Like, I've heard people swear by him. Like, they love the book The Troop, but I don't want to... His books are long. I don't want to start another book of his if I'm not going to like it. I hated this book. I hated it. I didn't understand it. It was like flashbacks and journal entries and holes that I didn't understand where we're coming from, and it just kind of ends... I mean, it doesn't just end. I don't know, but it ends in such a bizarre way. I mean, not the ending. The ending is like, anyway. But, I mean, the ending ends bizarre too. But, like, the before that, you know, is like, I don't know. I just hated it. And I actually, like, I went into Goodreads and I gave it 3 stars when I, like, you know, you finish your book on Goodreads. And then after that, I was like, I went back, like, 5 minutes later. I was like, this was 2 stars. This book was horrible. I ended up giving it 2 stars. I hardly ever give a book 2 stars. So then I was like, okay, I don't know which book. I mean, I have all these audiobooks that I bought and so many that I want to listen to. But I also want to listen to Tweak, which is this month's recovery book. And I also have got to, you know, get into the Alex Cross books because I don't want to wait until the last minute to read these books for the month. So I started Violets Are Blue last night, and I actually listened to like an hour of it. I have like 2 hours and 15 minutes left of it on Audible. The narrator of this one is really good compared to the last narrator, the one that I listened to before. The narrator of The Deep was actually a great narrator too. I thought the narration was great. It was interesting because when I noticed on where was I at? I think on Goodreads, I noticed that like other books similar to it or something, wherever that's at, was like Sphere by Michael Crichton, which I loved the book Sphere by Michael Crichton. I mean, I read it, like, I think I read it when I was in treatment. So 30 years ago, but this book did not. I mean, I thought it was going to be like The Abyss and stuff. It was not. It was like in the bottom of the ocean, and it wouldn't have mattered if it was in the bottom of the ocean. But I'm going to do a whole reaction review to it on my Peter Likes Books channel. So anyway, I started Violets Are Blue. I'm like in my head, like, what is Violets Are Blue now about? I just listened to it last night, and now I can't even remember. He already has somebody else that he's got a love interest in. He is like, oh, it starts off with this other police officer. She is murdered by the guy that was the mastermind from the book before. Which now I can't remember what that one was called. Pop the Weasel or Roses Are Red or whatever. Okay, let's pull this up and look at the title details. So they're like in San Francisco, I think. Him and this new police officer. I cannot read this. Oh my god. Detective Alex Cross has never... Oh, first of all, if you listen to it on Audible, did you listen to where James Patterson talks about he and his wife went and saw the premiere of the movie Along Came a Spider, and they went and had dinner with... I'm like, you are such a star. It was kind of weird that he did this at the beginning. So anyway... He talks about some story about how this woman was in the hospital and she was listening to Violets Are Blue or something like that. And he was like, or whatever book it was. And the doctors were like, you have to put it down so we can operate on you. But like, it was so weird at the beginning of this book. I was like, James Patterson is speaking to you. And he's like, yeah, I got this. Somebody told me a story about this woman was listening to one of my books on audio, and she couldn't stop listening to it to go into surgery or something like that. I was like, this is your selling point for your book, but whatever. Okay. Detective Alex Cross has never believed in vampires. Oh, this is the one about the couple that's in the park, and she gets bit. Okay. This is the one. I just started it last night. When two joggers here, that's why they're in San Francisco. And then they're going to go to LA, and then the detective tells him to wear something all black because maybe he'll get discovered. Okay, now I remember it. So yeah. And then he goes, and then the mastermind calls him and says that he's gonna come get Nana Mama and his kids, and so he calls and makes sure that they're okay, and they're okay. What is this? So I listened to that last night, like almost an hour of it, I guess. And then, Nikki and I talked, and for a while, neither one of us was really in the mood to do puzzles last night. So we're like, we've got to get back to puzzles by the end of this week. So she was like reading a book. So she's like, I don't like want to stop reading this book to like do puzzles. And I was like, yeah, I want to like start watching TV shows. And so I said, I want to read and then I want to start doing TV shows. Because I really wanted to read Life as We Knew It. I have 100 pages left of that book. I am so into it. I will say this, reading it last night made me very sad. There's something, I don't know. It's very, very, I mean, I don't want to ruin it for anybody what happened. I mean, it literally happens in the first like 2 chapters, but so it's about this event that happens with the moon, and it sets the moon off axis, and so then all this off its axis or whatever that is, and so then all this stuff starts happening to the Earth. It's basically the end of the Earth, and so it's this girl and her family, her mom and her brothers in Pennsylvania, but it's like the further you get in the book, it's like people are cold, they're starving, people are dying people that she knows are dying, and it's her journals, it's all of it. It's very sad. Like, I mean, she's even like, you know, I don't really have any hope left, and her mom, like, it's gotten to a point where it's really sad, but I still cannot stop reading it. It is so, so, so good. Life as We Knew It. It is so good, you guys, okay, by Susan Beth Pfeffer. Oh, before I read that, I read like 5 or 6 entries of Late Migrations by Margaret Wrinkle. I like it a lot. I don't like it as well as The Comfort of Crows. The Comfort of Crows, well, this is why. The Comfort of Crows is 52 weeks in nature, and so, like, oh my god, the tripod fell again. I do not know what is going on. I'm like, did I bring out the old tripod? This is the old, I don't think I did, because it's tied up here. But anyway, each chapter is, like, a month, so you know, like, when you're reading it, like, you know that you're, like, well, not each chapter is a month. Each chapter, so it's split up into seasons, but like she'll even say in there like it's October, blah blah blah, whatever. She doesn't say the exact date, but she'll say like as October starts and stuff like that. So you kind of know like where you're at. But anyway, yeah. So it's this one, Late Migrations. I think I kind of figured out the order of it. It starts with like her great-great-grandparents, and then like she'll tell a story about them, and then she'll tell like a current story about nature, but it'll have some reference to her great-grandparents, and then the next one will have something else to do with it, and then it's like her grandma, then it's like her mom, and now we're to her. But it kind of like goes back and forth. It's not like, it's literally just a book of essays. It's not, like, there's no order to it, if that makes sense. The Comfort of Crows has an order to it. I enjoy it. I love the stories. The stories are, I mean, exactly the same. So, they're very, like, comforting and peaceful and serene. If you like The Comfort of Crows, you will love the stories of this. But the order is completely different, if that makes sense. Like, in Comfort of Crows, it makes sense. The telling of it is almost kind of, like, told in, like, this significant order. Where, like, you know you start in the winter. So, like, as you're, like, in summer, you know you're coming towards the end of the book. Does that make sense? Like, she talks, I mean, a lot of the stories that she writes are in reference to this being a year of her life. And so, like, in this one, it's just stories all over the place. It's, like, collected essays is what it is of her life. It's good, though. It's really good. I would say this one has less to do with nature and more to do with her real life. I mean, there's so many great stories in there. She talks a lot about her mom's mental illness in there, which is really interesting. And she talks a lot about, she doesn't say it that way. It's interesting because she talks about it in a way, like, she talks about treatments that her mom received, and she talks about, like, before and after the treatments. She talks about, like, seeing pictures of her mom, like, before she got sick, and, like, the remnants of her mom later in life. It's really interesting. It's very well done. I mean, she's just she's an unbelievable writer. I just love everything about her writing. So yeah, I read that last night, and then I don't even know how much of Life as We Knew It. I was trying to get to the point where I looked at the end to see how many pages it was. I think it's like 337 pages or something. And I was like, okay, I want to be like 100 pages out so I can finish it the next day or two. I'm like, I cannot stop when I'm reading it. It is so addicting to read it. Oh, this was the other thing. So last night, I was really, really excited about... Okay, this is kind of funny. So last night, I was really, really excited because I was also going to start... I don't know who recommended the books to me, but they're called Edge of Collapse, I think. It's like an End of the World series. And so I ordered off of Thrift Books, I ordered the first one and the prequel. The prequel and the first one. And so I thought they came yesterday, and I was like, oh my god, like, I'm so excited. But how did Thrift Books, because Thrift Books usually takes a while to get here. I was like, how did they get here this quick? But I didn't really think much about it. I just looked at these 2 yellow packages that were book-shaped, and I was like, oh, these are my 2 books, because they came in these different, like, yellow envelopes, and I threw them on the counter in the kitchen, right? I didn't even look at who they were from. I hardly ever do look at who packages are from, because unless they're clothes packages, like from ASOS, like, or something like that, then I know they're for Alex. But like if they're envelopes or packages or boxes are usually for me. So I just put them in the kitchen in there, right? So while I'm walking and I'm trying to finish this book, The Deep, I'm like, okay, tonight my plan is, oh, there's my pool crew lady's husband out there, although it kind of doesn't look like her husband. I feel like they're maybe like on vacation and somebody's staying there or something. Is that her husband or not? It is her husband. The sun is shining on the back of him, so I can't really see it. I see him. So I was like on my walk, and the book is so bad, you guys, The Deep. I would love to know if anybody's read that book and liked it. By Nick Cutter. It was so bad, you guys. Apparently that's a pseudonym, and he writes under a different name too. I like looked him up before, but anyway, he's from like a Canadian writer. The writing is great. The storytelling's great. I just didn't understand the book, and I had no investment in it either. Do you know what was interesting about it? I thought about this last night while I was listening to it. I feel like there's a difference between like when you read a book and you feel like you're part of the book. Like Life as We Know It, like, or Knew It, like I feel like I'm part of it. Like I feel like I'm living it with them. Whereas, like, The Deep, I felt like it was being told to me. Does that make sense? Like, there's a difference when you read a book. Like, if you read a book and sometimes you feel like you're part of it, like, you're in it. Like, you feel like you're there, too. Other than, it's like being told to you. Like, it happened, and now I'm telling you. That's how The Deep felt. I just didn't like it. Not to be confused with The Deep by Peter Benchley, which is one of my favorite movies of life. I think we watched it in Peter's Movie Club last year. Which, just incidentally, the other day, I was like... I've been meaning to return with Peter's Movie Club, and I haven't. Also, the weight loss updates will be returning. I don't want people to think that, like, I'm just not ever coming back. That is going to be returning. The weight loss journey, there's a whole plan with that, so that will be returning. Okay, so I was on my walk, and I was, like, thinking in my head about, like, what I was going to read. And I was like, okay, I'll read, like... At first, I was like, I'm just going to read, like... I wanted to read Life as We Knew It so bad, and I wanted to get in these new books. The Edge of Collapse, the End of Collapse, I can't remember what they're called, but anyway, I was like, it was like somebody recommended it to me, and then somebody else recommended it, like DM'd me about it, which was kind of interesting, because I was like, 2 people completely separate are recommending a series of books. There was like, I looked them up on here. So, I'm like walking, and I'm thinking, oh, I'm so excited, I got the books on the counter, like I can start those tonight too. And I was like, then I can read like a chapter of those a night, blah, 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 whatever. So that was my plan, was that I was going to read the Late Migrations book, and then I was going to start those 2, I was going to start the prequel is what I was going to do, and then I was going to read Life as We Knew It. So I come back, and Alex goes, well, this was like in between, like I'm sitting at the computer, I'm like putting the vlog down, and he was like, you know, like, do you want me, I was like, no, he's like, do you want me to go upstairs? I was like, no, I'm going to finish my, I'm going to put my vlog up, and I'm going to go outside, listen to this audiobook, and then I'm going to read tonight and watch some shows and stuff like that. He's like, okay, and I'm still thinking about it. He goes, hey, can I ask you a question? I was like, yeah, what? And he goes, did you get your email that the Ultra tickets were delivered? And I go, I didn't even look. And he goes, yeah, our Ultra tickets are delivered. He goes, but where are they? And I go, what? And he goes, our Ultra tickets for Ultra Music Festival, he goes, they were delivered. And I'm like, I go, no, they weren't. He goes, what do you mean? And I go, the only thing we got today was like these 2 books that I ordered. And he stands up and he goes in the kitchen. He goes, babe, these are our Ultra tickets. Now, you think I would be excited about the Ultra tickets being here, okay? But I was shattered that the books were not here. So then I was like, I got into my email of where it said the Ultra tickets were delivered. And I looked up where I ordered the books, and it says 5 to 12 days. I was like, damn it. And I am so excited about these books. I knew it took longer than that on Thrift Books. I was like, damn it, Janet. So anyway, but anyway, when the books come, I will read them, but they're not here yet. So, oh look, here's coming my gardener right now. I wonder what she's doing out here. She's checking the mail or something. Oh, she's plugging in her lights. Oh no, she's not. She's walking out here. There's all kinds of sounds going on. What's she doing? She walked that way. Now I can't see her. Oh, there she is. She's getting the mail. Should I shout at her? Did you get anything good? I scared her. Huh? All kinds of mail?
Yeah.
Do you have dinner already?
No, I'm just fixing it.
It's late for you to have dinner.
I know I have to take a nap first.
You're gonna take a nap. Oh my, you're living my life now.
Oh dear. Oh, heaven help us all.
What is the world coming to? You're taking naps and eating dinner late?
Just not right.
Have a good one. So I finished, okay, so I was like right at like 100 pages, well, like not 100 pages, like having 100 pages left as life as we knew it. And so, well anyway, I'll be starting those other books when they arrive, whenever that is. And so I was reading the Life as We Knew It book, and I was like looking at the clock, and I was like, it is getting so late. Like, it is getting so late. And I was like, I knew I wanted to watch Matlock to get caught up on it, because the new Matlock's on tonight. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to watch Matlock. What else am I going to do? What else am I going to watch? I was like, oh, I'm going to finish Station 11 tonight. Well, I looked at the clock. By the time I got done reading Life as We Knew It, I had like 2 pages left. So it's weird how it's done. It's done like in... It's done in, like, diary entries, and it doesn't make any sense, because I thought it was done, like, each month. Like, September would be a chapter, October, but it's not like that. Like, it just kind of ends. Like, the chapters don't make any rhyme. There's no rhyme or reason to them. So, I got done with it, and I looked at the clock, and it was, like, 3:15. And I was like, oh, my God, you've got to... So, I was like, I had, like, a page and a half left until the next chapter. So, I was like, okay, I'm going to read the page and a half. Maybe I had, like, 2 and a half pages, and I was like, okay, you're going to do this, and then you're going to finish it. So, and then you're going to start watching your shows. So, I had all the candles lit and stuff too. Did I tell you I made it through all my Christmas things? Okay, this is the thing I have to tell you, is that I was looking at my basket last night of wax melts, which looks very sad and depressing, by the way, because there's hardly anything in there except for my happy waxes. And last night I can't remember which one of the 10s I used, but like, I used so many, and I didn't even fill up my little thing on top of my fireplace, my little fireplace wax melt. And the battery just went to the halfway mark. And I was like, I do not have that many wax, like, I might have to order some more wax melts. Does anybody have a company that they love the wax melts? Let me know. I am willing to try another wax melt company. If you have wax melts that you love, let me try it. Put it in the comment, or I will try it. Put it in the comment section below. Because I don't think that this spring box that I got, I mean, I have, like, honest to God, I have, like, 10 bags of them, and then I have, like, 4 10s. But I went through like a third of the 10 last night. So I do wax melts if Alex and I are watching movies or watching TV shows. If I take a nap, I turn it off, and then I put them back on again. And if I want a different scent, sometimes I'll just plug it in again. But if I want a different scent, then I'll change it out. So I'm going to be going through them like this. So I would like to try some different companies of wax melts. So please put that in the comment section below. So I had all the candles lit. It was, you know, very cozy last night. And then I was like, okay, I am going to watch the show. So I watched Matlock last night, finished Matlock, got caught up in that. And then I was like, I really wanted to finish Station 11. But I really, really wanted to watch Ghost last night. I'm so into that show, Ghost. So I watched Ghost last night. I'm trying to think of what there was one about a cult. There was one about Alberta. She's the jazz singer in there, and she is so funny. I mean, I just feel like, do you ever watch a show where you feel like the people, like the characters are like, become your family? Like, I totally feel like that with this show. It is so not the show that I would fall in love with, and I absolutely love this show. So anyway, there's a whole episode about Alberta. I think it's called Alberta in the podcast, or something. Like, the owner of the house is Samantha Woman, and this guy that's like obsessed with Alberta's story, and her. He's like her toenail. He like bought her toenail at like some murderabilia site or something like that. And she's like, his name's Todd. She was like, oh, Todd. She's hilarious. So anyway, there's that. And then, one of the characters comes out on the show. It's just such a feel-good show. So I was like, I'm going to watch some of Ghosts. Oh, the battery is flashing. I was going to try to end this before the battery flashed, but okay, I'm going to go get another battery and then tie this up, and I will be back in 2 and 2. Okay, I'm back. Actually, when I got up to get the battery, I like went like that. I felt like I was like 90 years old. I was like, ugh, my legs are sore. So my plan was, and still kind of is, we'll have to see what happens once I get the vlog done and my drama video. I haven't put it up yet, posted it yet. But my plan was to take a walk tonight, like another long walk. But I'm thinking maybe, because I'm kind of like easing myself into it, that I might need to take a little bit of a break or a shorter walk tonight. A shorter walk or a break. I feel like something like the lighting on this is really weird all of a sudden. I don't know why. Does it feel like it's weird? Looks like it's lighter or something. Anyway, when in actuality, the sun is coming down. So, I watched like 3 episodes of Ghosts last night. And then I was like, I've got to finish Station 11. I want to watch Paradise so bad. I said to Caroline, I said, today, I said, who texted me? Nobody ever texts me throughout the day until I get on this damn vlog, and then people start texting me again. Or they I just got text again. Then people start texting me. So, why does the light look so weird to me? I don't know why it is. I wonder if I hit this button or something like that. Let me show. Well, if I show it, it'll stop it. So I'll just have to finish it. You guys will be like, the lighting is not any different. Maybe it's because I don't have my reading glasses on. I'm like so tempted to. So there's like this little knob that you turn on the top. It's not just the lighting it affects. It affects like if you take a picture, or it's like a movie or the movie or a video or whatever. So anyway, so I don't know about the walk. We're gonna see. I'll either take a shorter walk tonight, but then if I start taking a shorter walk, I want to go long, and we'll just see. But anyway, so I was like, I want to get, today, when I was talking to Caroline, this is like really kind of weirding me out. It's like, do you guys see it? It's like so light over here. It's like, it should be darker at this time of night, and it's just not. I don't know, maybe it's because that's freaking me out. Or maybe it's like, I probably hit something on this. I'll have to adjust it. So anyway, so you know what? I've noticed in the bedroom lately that the videos feel like they're like lit up too. Do you guys see what I'm saying? Like with my hand, it looks like so white. I wonder if I have this thing on the wrong, I never look at it. So I should probably look at it and see when I get off here. That's probably why the camera, my videos lately have looked so bright. That's what I meant, the brightness of it. Okay, anyway, which you can adjust when you edit your videos. As if I ever edit my videos. So today, I really want to watch Paradise on Hulu, because so many people have told me to watch it. And I also want to watch this documentary about that Gigolo show, some murder that happened with that. And then tonight, Survivor and Amazing Race is on, which is like, I love Survivor and Amazing Race. I am so excited about TV tonight. And I don't have to get up. Okay, the tripod fell again, and then I was like messing with this button. Do you guys see what I mean by it being darker now? But I don't have my reading glasses on, so I can't see which one I adjusted it to. But as I was messing with it, whatever setting this is, it goes in and out of focus. But do you guys see how this looks darker than it did before? I can hardly even see myself. I can just tell that this is not as bright as it was before. See when I was holding my hands up before? Now look at them now. Do you guys see what I'm talking about? Why is that driving me crazy? I don't know. But I'm going to have to look on the settings when I have my glasses on. I should have grabbed my glasses when I got the battery. But anyway, I don't have to get up super early tomorrow because I have like therapy in the afternoon. And I'll probably make a few videos and vlog and stuff like that. And so tonight I can stay up late and I can watch Survivor and Amazing Race and hopefully finish Station 11 and read a lot. And I don't know if I'm going to take a nap or not. We're going to see. So, and then Alex and I will watch Beverly Hills. And we'll probably watch Traders New Zealand because we're trying to finish that season 2. So I'm very, very excited about tonight. But last night I was like, now I feel like it's too dark. I can't even see it that well. So without my reading glasses, like, I know this is not that far away. You're literally like, do you guys want to see how far away you are? Okay, so you're like here on me. Okay, so that's arm's length away. But I feel like I can't even see that far without I have to like hold my phone out farther than that. I can see it. I can see myself, like, I'm trying. If you wear reading glasses, you totally know what I'm saying. It's kind of like the farther back okay. But anyway, I do feel like it's darker now. Maybe that's why, like, on camera, like when I show you guys, like, it getting dark out. You know what I actually want to do? I want to look at the sky on this setting and see how accurate it is. Oh, it is pretty accurate. Okay. So, like, usually, whatever setting I've been using, it will look like it's the middle of the sunny day outside. But you can see the sun is going down. It's kind of, like, cloudy and it's dusk. Okay. Well, whatever setting this is like the real setting. I think one of the reasons why I don't typically use this setting is because it goes out of focus a lot. Because I can see the box around here, and it's a different kind of box than the other box that I have on here. Okay, if you made it this far in the video, let me know which one do you like better. Previous vlog where it was brighter, or this vlog? Which one do you like better? Or which one do you think is more, that looks... I shouldn't ask two questions because that'll be too confusing. Which do you like better? How it was previous or how it is now? Anyway, before I felt like I looked kind of washed out and too bright. Now I feel like this is like really how it is, but I don't know why I switched to this one instead of... Or maybe it was just a mistake and I never switched the camera back. I don't know. So anyway, I don't have to get up early tomorrow. That's the important part of this message. And Friday, my doctor's appointment is in the afternoon, so I don't have to get up early on Friday either. So, but I want to make some videos because I can make my vlog when I get back, on Friday for my doctor's appointment. But if I won't have time to film, it's late afternoon, so I won't have time to film videos after I get back from my doctor's appointment because I'll probably be gone like an hour and then it'll take me like 20 minutes to get home. So by then, it'll be late. I'll only be able to vlog. So I'll have to get up on Friday to make some video. We'll figure it out. I really, to be honest with you, didn't think I would film a whole lot of videos this week. And yet, yesterday I filmed videos. Today I filmed a drama video, a review video, Peter Does Stuff video, and a vlog. So I've actually filmed more than I thought that I would this week when I realized how much stuff I had going on. Okay, so last night I was like, I need to get into Station 11. I gotta finish it. So I was like, I don't even know what episode I'm on at this point, right? So I go into Max and I'm looking, and I'm halfway through episode 7. Again, on the heels of reading this book that is really sad, okay? I'm now in this show that is really sad. And so it's an end of the world show as well. So if you've watched it, it's the part where Kirsten is reliving in her dream state that she's in what happened to her when she was in the apartment in Chicago, and with her and these two brothers, and what happened, like, leading up to this play that they do. And so I didn't even finish the episode last night. I literally watched like 15 minutes of it. I was so tired because I didn't take a nap or anything. At that point, like, it hit me, and I looked at the clock, and at that point, it was like 10 after 6. I was like, oh my God, I didn't even realize it was that late. So I like blew all the candles out, which I like to let them be out for a little bit before I go upstairs. And I sat there and I watched like just a little bit more, and then like I stopped it. I think it's on like 4 days before the play or something like that. And I stopped it, and then when the candles and stuff had been out for a while, I went upstairs. And so no, maybe I went upstairs at 6:10 because yeah, I must have gone upstairs at 6:10. It must have been 6 o'clock when I looked at the DVR, and I went upstairs at like 6:10. I know I waited like 10 minutes. Because when I got into bed, and like Alex, you know, and all that kind of stuff, and then I looked at the clock and it was 6:20. So I must have looked at the TV at 6 o'clock. But still, you know, I'm like going to bed so late, and I'm not getting a lot of sleep, you know? So, I don't know. Tonight I would like to take like a long nap. I would like to take a long walk, a long nap, read for a long time, watch TV for a long time. I just would, you know, but gotta pick and choose what I'm gonna do tonight. But I am gonna watch Amazing Race and Survivor. Last week I was gonna like watch one, maybe I did watch one night and one the other night. Did I? Or did I watch them both? I think I watched Amazing Race, and then I was like, oh, Survivor, I'll watch Survivor, and I was gonna wait till the next night. But once I watch one, I want to watch the other one as well. Survivor is really good this season so far. I'm loving it. So, that's my night going forward. What's your night? Well, by the time you watch this, it will already be over. So tell me what you did tonight. And it's coming up on the weekend. Now I feel like this is really dark. You know what? I wonder if I switched it. I'm like, why does it matter? I'll just figure it out. Anyway, I'm gonna get off here now. Get this vlog up. Get my video, my drama video up. Yeah. So I hope that you guys are having a magically amazing. What is today? Wednesday. I hope that you are calm and peaceful and serene. If nobody else has told you this today, I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love you. Happy birthday, Lena.